What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. This is the Not Made in Japan podcast, where we talk about everything anime, manga, video game, etc. related. With me today, I have the Magic King Tanner,
Hey guys, what's up?
One Piece Boy Nick,
What's going on, guys?
and the Lost Boy Zach.
Hi, I'm lost.
Wow!
Starting the episode off with the reference from the last one. I love it.
Thank you. You thought I forgot about the Magic King?
Oh, I definitely have not forgot about the Magic King.
That's funny. So today we are talking about Gurren Lagann, the entire show. To start with, we're gonna kind of go through some of the main events, the main things that happened, and then go back and talk about some major themes that happened. Before we do that, we're gonna say what all of us are watching and reading right now. Let's let Zach, who is finally joining us, go first.
I feel like one of those special guest stars.
You
on
are a
TV
special
shows and
guest on your own
everything.
podcast. Isn't that great?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure if you guys can see the goosebumps on my arms right now, but it's pretty incredible.
Zach's like, I finally made it.
I finally made it. Woo.
You're in the big leagues now.
I made it, coach. Be proud of me, Mom. Anyway, currently
We're not going to sit here and listen to you have 40 minutes of motivational speeches with yourself.
you got to give what the people want, right?
Exactly. We want to know what you're reading and watching right now.
Well, currently reading nothing, watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Freaking love it. Obsessed with it.
How far are you? Did you catch up yet?
I don't want to talk about it. Anyway,
Okay.
but I will argue for a very long time that Gojo will 1v any universe.
Um,
The way it's going, kinda. Yeah.
No.
Well, the thing is,
will.
the thing is, I don't know if he will actually destroy a universe.
We haven't
or
seen
they
enough
just
of him
can't
yet.
Hurt him. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. That's not what today's about.
Okay,
Although,
sorry.
I will say, our next topic is the start of our book club. And the first thing we're going to read is Jujutsu Kaisen. We're going to read the first 2 volumes. So,
Dun.
I don't know what chapters those are yet, but I will post it somewhere. We're going to read the first 2 volumes of Jujutsu Kaisen, and then we will talk about it next week.
All
Let's
right. I want to hear what Nick's
into
reading
Nick.
and watching right
Nick,
now.
what are you reading and watching?
So, honestly, I just want to spend this time talking about how much of a banger the last episode of One Piece was and how
my
great
gosh.
the manga has
I'm
been.
signing off.
Okay, this was fun.
Thanks for having me on the
Honestly-
show, guys.
How can I?
I'll
How
see you
can I
guys
switch
at the
over
5-year
to?
reunion.
See you
How
next
can I switch
episode.
over to Naruto or Bleach when One Piece is just putting out just S tier content right now?
I
All right,
can
I'm
literally
so
destroy
glad.
what you just said in one state. How are you gonna watch something else because it's a weekly release at this point? What do you mean you're just gonna wait a week to watch any anime?
So I will continuously rewatch.
Oh, I
this
could definitely
episode.
sit him. I can see him sitting at the laptop, waiting for a week, not moving.
There's literally a week countdown rolling on his screen, just staring at the numbers go down.
refreshing the page every hour.
Oh, they didn't post it early. What about now?
I'm sorry, I bought a Funimation account just to watch One
Just
Piece
to
right when it
watch One
drops.
Piece. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Funimation's pretty legit.
All right, so is that all you're reading and watching? You used your entire time just to talk about One Piece again?
It was more
I
to
mean-
get flamed about him watching One Piece.
It's exhausting.
Well, I'm sorry, it's a better show than all your favorite shows.
Oh,
Comparatively.
Okay, hang on. Can I make a quick side note, real quick?
Yes.
Am I allowed
Yes.
to do that as special guest star?
yeah.
Um,
Special guest.
Nick, you're gonna hate me for this, but you'll learn to forgive me. But doesn't Luffy give you that feel of Richard Reed, Mr. Fantastic on vacation or something? Just totally I'm done with this Fantastic Four stuff. I'm just gonna go on sabbatical to the Key West, Key Largo.
Sail
somewhere.
around, fight
Just-
some people.
I'm gonna be a pirate.
Kinda.
No, Luffy's better. He has more powers.
All
and he
right,
would
we get it.
I mean, I
Mr.
actually
Fantastic.
don't know about that because some of the
That's
comics,
funny.
Mr. Fantastic is absolutely broken.
Dude,
He's got a nice beard.
maybe it's just Mr. Fantastic growing up. And we
That
don't know
just makes me legitimately think about Rubber Band Man from Static Shock. And the scene where he's just laying on the ground because he can't use his power.
Miserable.
I don't know why. Tanner, what are you reading and watching right now?
Watching. Well, I just finished Gurren Lagann, which is what the show is about.
Spin on.
Spin on. Watching Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover as well, and then I am sadly watching Boruto, just hoping it is gonna get good.
I do hear the Boruto anime is about to really pick up.
Yeah, I'm on like 158, so I'm
Mhm.
getting there supposedly, and that's just kind of what I'm hoping out for. What else?
Well, it's kind of hard for the anime to be good when there's like well over 100 episodes and there's only
he literally
50
says
chapters
this
to pull from.
every single episode.
You know, I
Filler?
listened to a
I'm sorry.
podcast here the other day.
Was it the
And
Not Made in
they-
Japan podcast?
Yeah, no, those guys are pretty awesome. And they
Yeah,
were
those guys are
talking
kind of
about
dumb.
how Boruto would win the any universe, I think. He's definitely
Boruto
broken.
is trash. Trash.
He's
character.
broken.
I didn't know
100%.
you didn't hear that here.
Yeah, hey, you might have heard that here. All right. As
But-
for myself, I am watching Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan weekly, and I'm
Same
still
these.
working my way through Monster.
Nice.
Zach, you finished? You watched
That's
Monster,
really-
didn't you?
I didn't finish. I feel really bad. Because it's really good, but it was really heavy.
Mhm.
It
You
takes a
also
lot to
watched it
process.
really early in your anime watching.
I did, and so I think that's part of the reason why I dropped it.
Mhm.
Because at that point, like I felt like I was playing catch up, and so like I was trying to watch all these really good ones and stuff, and that's why I was like trying to knock out all these good ones quick, like in Monsters. Like, I mean, it's what 70 episodes, but still, it's like
Yeah.
really heavy.
Each
like
episode is like in depth.
honestly, I thought that show would be a great adaptation that Netflix should pick up.
Okay. Like a remake kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I think it would
I'm
do very well.
also
Oh my
watching
God.
Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Tanner. Yeah, Attack on Titan.
I've been listening, I promise,
Oh,
but
God.
I was just holding that in because I forgot to say that.
Zach, how far have you
All right.
gotten in Attack on Titan?
Oh gosh, it's been a long time since I've picked
So you
up.
probably
Attack
haven't
on
watched
Titan.
season 3.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not season 3.
Can you just throw in the Attack on Titan theme song just like right here?
Which one?
Nah, nah, nah.
Sasage-o, Sasage. Copyright strike. Hold on. Can't be doing
Strike
that.
one.
No, it
Reverse, Jerry.
was short enough. It was
Put
short
it in
enough.
reverse, Jerry.
Yeah,
Put
just-
it in reverse, Jerry.
I will say there was a really cool scene in the last episode. Last episode of Attack on Titan.
That one.
You can't do that.
I didn't do it. That
Alright,
was
whatever.
me singing.
Okay, we're
Just-
done. We're moving on
Just
to
say
news. We're done.
technically there-
News.
there
I
was
love.
no-
This is my
no
favorite part of the
rule
episode.
engagement.
We're moving on to news. A lot of different little things. First off, Shonen Jump, the magazine, the
Mhm.
weekly magazine, has stated that this generation, the newest generation, is the strongest of Jump. Not in terms of like raw power, but in terms of content, sales, things like that. The image they're releasing next week includes the characters from My Hero, Dr. Stone, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, etc. It's kind of like, it's interesting because 7 months ago you had Promised Neverland and Demon Slayer, and they were absolutely killing it.
They were great.
So
They're still great.
Demon Slayer's still
100%.
killing it.
Demon Slayer is
Love it.
done, and it's still killing it.
My buddy's cat is named
Yeah, which is
Tanjiro.
mind-boggling.
Your friend's cat is named Tanjiro.
Yeah, dude, he's a tank. He's an absolute unit. He's a hood cat, dude. He'll just like
Oh
walk
my
outside and be
gosh.
like, "What's up, dude? Bam,
What up?
bam."
Just swatting everything.
Dude, he's beefed up. He like gives him protein and shit. That cat is just super
Oh,
strong.
what?
What does this cat do? Like MMA? Like what's the deal with
Oh,
that?
dude, he does. So he just like he'll run around his.
You ever heard of a
neighborhood, like,
cat fight, Zach? Jeez.
He'll do
Yeah.
like a mile
Does your
jog
cat
like, to
even
warm
live,
up
bro?
for his workouts. His cat will follow him while he runs around the neighborhood.
All right, Tanner, I got a question for you.
Is this
Yeah.
like a pit bull cat?
But can he beat Goku?
I think he might.
Oh shit!
If
Oh,
he
nice.
can,
I like
if he
that.
can
Very
go into
subtle.
Attack on Titan like that one TikTok cat, then
That cat is hilarious. I sent you that, didn't I?
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Like a cat just like nibbling on its arm, and then you get the Titan lightning. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
Which, side note, real quick,
Oh my god.
want something to waste like a good 5 minutes? Look up kung fu fighting cats where they just like cats like pawn at their owner's hands, but they add like kung fu fighting noises like.
Oh no, those are funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are really
amazing.
funny.
Amazing.
Moving on.
Okay.
Rising of
news.
Shield Hero season 2 is set to start in October 2021. So, a couple months.
Isn't that the show where the guy
The hero
when he's
uses
in
a
the
shield. Yeah.
no when he's in the Coliseum and he's referring to like some royal lady, he says
Yes.
that
Yes.
Okay.
It's a really good show. Zach, did you watch it? I don't remember if you said you watched it or not.
Watch what now? Sorry.
Shield Hero.
Oh yes, love Shield Hero.
Shield Hero is really good. Season 2's coming
That's
out.
really good.
Is that
Moving
where
on.
the main character uses a shield?
No, I think he uses a sword.
Like
Captain
art?
America.
Yeah.
Ripoff.
Isn't
My
Sword
Hero
Art
season
Online
5
the one
trailer.
that he's the shield?
Yeah, Sword Art Online is that one that's like really bad. Anyway,
I don't know.
My
Continue
Hero
with news.
season 5 got a trailer.
Ooh.
It hints at the first half of the season because My Hero does 2 arcs a season. It's really Deku focused. I have caught up on the manga, so I'm not going to say any more because I could, but I'm not going to. Devil is a
Why not?
Part-Timer is getting a season 2 because I'm not going to spoil everybody.
No one likes My Hero anyway.
No, people like it, they just don't love it. It's like
The
it's just
fandom
there.
ruins it for most actual fans.
That's fair.
I
And we
used
had
to
that
like it, but
discussion.
now I
If
don't like
I
it.
could like come through this microphone, Nick, I think I would.
You,
Do
I
it.
think My Hero.
I'll send you my address. You can come find me.
Wait, so hang on. Pump the brakes. You think the fandom is ruining My Hero Academia?
The show?
Yeah.
I believe that has been in one of
Yeah.
our podcasts before.
I know, but like I guess like me being a special guest here, like I guess I get to actually say something about this, so I just want to recap it for the fans out there. But seriously think that it's ruining the show.
Yes.
He
I
does.
think that if fandom cannot ruin a show, they can just ruin your impression of a show.
Ooh.
Well, yeah.
I agree.
Oh,
But doesn't
that's a
that
good one.
technically
Good.
ruin the show?
Thank you.
for
Why
We're
don't
back.
you just drop your mic for the rest of the podcast? 'Cause that was incredible.
I'm just not talking anymore.
That's such
Yeah,
a
I'm not even
valid
gonna
point.
fight anymore. Yeah, let's just keep going. Never mind. That was a really good comment. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Devil's a Part-Timer is getting a second season.
Woohoo! Haven't seen the first.
I don't think anyone in
Yeah.
here has.
Aw.
Yeah.
All right, somebody's gotta
Season
watch
1 came out 8 years ago. You do love to see shows that people think are done and gone, but they get a second season or they get the
it. Dead
continuation.
and gone.
Hey, copyright strikes.
Oh man, I
That wasn't
forget.
on pitch or anything. I don't think that was any song ever.
Oh!
Stop.
Tanner,
Demon Slayer 2 season 2 has
You
released
almost
a
sang
key
it. You almost
image.
sang it. You almost went Slayer 2.
shut up, Tanner.
Demon Slayer 2 released a key image. It features Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and one of the pillars. I don't remember which one.
Throw it in the chat. I want to see it.
I don't have it on hand.
Can we get the movie first? Like, come on, because season 2.
We're gonna get the movie first.
Well, god dang, like,
The fact that we're getting this key image is probably setting up for a big announcement because they love to do that. They'll throw something and be like, by the way, boom.
How much do you think one of the tickets to the movie costs?
It's
lot.
over. It's not showing anymore. It was only a week.
So we couldn't have taken out a small business loan to go see it.
A week ago? Maybe.
That would have been a good idea. Content.
Moving on. Dragon Ball is getting an official standalone website
Ooh.
that's going to have
Oh, wow.
everything new related to Dragon Ball.
What's the URL? DragonBall.com?
They haven't. Dragon.ball.
Original.
.net or org?
No,
.edu,
Dragon
'cause it's
dot
educational.
ball.
__ XXX super
Hold on.
exclamation point.
You're getting into some interesting territory there. Don't
Yeah,
throw
Tanner.
3 X's behind things.
Yeah,
Oh.
seriously, Tanner.
I threw 4 in there, didn't I?
No, it was 3.
Oh.
Rule
Well, like people do
44.
like X's and then underscores and they
See,
put their name.
Zach literally just said Rule 34.
That's a thing. It's a
Tanner
legit
didn't
thing.
know what it was until about 45 minutes ago.
You're gonna
You
learn
might
today.
actually be able to find someone who can beat Goku, though.
Oh no, not this again.
Oh.
What's the next news?
Here we go. 10 episodes later, we'll find out the winner.
Chainsaw Man has passed over 9.3 million copies in circulation.
Ooh.
Jujutsu
lot of copies.
Kaisen has reached 36 million copies in circulation.
Good for them.
Volume 15 is set to release with an initial print of 1.5 million copies.
Where's the leash at? Do you have the collar to come with it?
Hey, I edit these podcasts, okay?
Well,
I
I
can
hope they
take that out if I want to.
can't edit it now because then no one gets my joke.
I'm editing the
You
joke
can
out
edit
too.
it all out.
I literally, so when Nick and I did our standalone episode, I literally edited about 10 minutes of Nick talking to himself about One Piece out of the episode.
Shocker. Why am I
I-
not surprised? The one
I
night I'm not there,
literally-
the dude goes
I-
on a One Piece just riot.
Well, Bryce left, and I don't know why he left, and then he just left me there. So I was like, okay, it's Nick's sit down time with One Piece.
Oh no.
got
I'm
removed.
so glad I wasn't there. I would have no way.
All right, still with Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen sold 4.6 million copies in February alone. That is the top of the chart.
Well, it's anime of the year, I would assume so.
That's manga.
Yeah.
Huh?
Dummy.
I know, but
That's manga sales, dummy.
I'm
Yeah,
saying they're
That's
related.
manga sales.
I get
Yeah.
that. I'm saying I'm not
Manga.
surprised on the
It's
manga
manga,
sales
Tanner.
because of,
Tanner,
Manga.
It's manga.
that's
Zach,
it.
yell
Zach,
manga.
get in
Tanner.
here.
Manga.
Help me.
Manga.
No,
Manga.
you're supposed to be on my
Mango.
side. Zach,
The
you're my
mango.
side.
No.
Did you ever read the
Um,
mango?
In
Okay,
second
you're
place in February, was Demon Slayer with 2.9 million copies, and then One
Good
Piece
for
was
them.
in third place with 1.8 million.
I should start ordering the Demon Slayers and the Jujutsu Kaisens. I like the physical. I think I want the physical.
Yeah,
copies.
go on Amazon. They're on Amazon. Volume.
How much are they?
$9? Anywhere from
For the-
$9 to $12 for a volume.
How many
And
volumes?
a volume is like, well, I just said, if you were listening, that volume 15 hasn't come out yet.
So if I wanted 9 times 14, what's
See,
that?
what I did with Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece do 3-in-1s, where you can get three volumes in one book, and they're the same price.
So you're
Anyway,
paying
moving
more.
on.
You're paying a premium just
No.
to have like the tangible thing.
Yeah, you are. Because, hey, Viz subscription, hashtag not made in Japan podcast, get you 0% off your Viz subscription. ...
Exclamation point. Please, promo
Again,
code.
we
Black Clover was trending
don't
on
have
Twitter
a promo
again.
code.
You never know until you try. Black Clover was trending on Twitter again after the anime episode released.
Woohoo.
Good for them. Also, a synopsis for the final episode of Black Clover, the anime, was released. And the final words in the synopsis was "A new story begins."
Who says it though?
No, it's just in the synopsis, not the episode. I haven't watched the episode.
So,
I'm
So are we
convinced
getting-
Tanner literally listens to half of what I say.
You should try.
so are
leading
we
with
getting
me.
a Black Clover Shippuden or something?
That's what a lot of people are thinking. Is
I
they'll
hope
take
they
a
name
break
it
for a
Black
little
Clover
while.
Shippuden as well. I really hope they name that.
I want it to be like Black Clover.
No, you know
Lagann.
what? You know what?
I couldn't
you know what,
think of shit.
you know what? You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be
Black or
Black
Clover.
Clover.
Black or Clover.
More
Wow.
Clovers.
That's not going to hit cancel culture at all.
Wait, no,
Aw,
isn't there
come
a show?
on.
Isn't there a show Blackish? Blackish Clover.
Yeah.
Blackish is a good show. I
Anyway.
actually enjoy it.
Anyway,
Okay.
I was gonna say it was gonna be Black Clover Shippuden, and then the next one, there's gonna be a third show series that's
About
gonna come out
Asta's son, the
Son.
Magic King.
named
Oh
Basta.
no.
Basta.
Oh no. I hope they don't do that.
Basta.
Basa and
Basta.
Boruto. Osamaki Boruto.
Although this does bring an interesting point. Why didn't they do this the stop at the time skip? Like, they have the time skip, right? We have Buff Asta now. Why didn't they stop it there? Anyway, that's a different day.
Hey, wait,
We
what
gotta
are we
wrap
talking
it.
about tonight? Gurren Lagann?
Hold
When
on,
are
we're
we
not
getting
done
to
with
that?
news yet.
Oh.
I'm gonna run through this next news.
Okay. run.
Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer top Japanese streaming charts for February 2021. One Piece was not in the top 10.
Good.
One Piece's global popularity poll has closed, so all the results, you can now view them.
I don't want to review them.
Attack on Titan is attempting to break the Guinness World Record for largest comic published.
What?
They're going to make 100 copies of the first 2 chapters of Attack on Titan that are 7 times bigger than a normal book.
What?
You
But
can buy one
It's a
for
poster.
$1,540.
That's insane.
That's nuts.
That's not economical at all.
Who's got
it's
that money?
genius.
If I
Who
buy
do you-
that, will our podcast glow up? Because I'll buy it.
Tanner, it's taller than you.
Exactly.
How many trees are there cut down for this thing, man?
At
It's like a
least
boat.
7. At least 1.
Yeah. What kind of trees are we talking about?
So if we talk about your favorite cartoon as a kid, we'll say American cartoon. What's some of the popular ones? Just start saying some.
SpongeBob.
Ed, and Eddie.
Keep going.
Ben 10.
Keep going.
Avatar.
Batman
going.
Begins.
Keep going.
What?
Come on. One of you's going to say it.
I don't think we are.
I've literally already said it in this podcast.
Pokemon.
Static Shock.
Oh, yeah, Static Shock. That was my next one.
Of course,
Which
it
one
was.
was that?
Static Shock. DC is relaunching Static Shock, so it will get a new comic coming soon.
Ooh, I like
with
Static
its own.
Shock.
I'm surprised no one said it. It was such a good show. Anyway,
It was a really good show.
Taite
love-
Kubo and Gege Akutami.
Gesundheit.
That is the creator of Bleach and the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen, sat down for an interview, which is causing a lot of controversy.
Crossover.
No,
An interview where?
they did an interview in one of the Jujutsu Kaisen data books.
Time out. Who did this again?
Taite Kubo, the creator of Bleach, and Gege Akutama, the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Got it. Okay. I'm following. That's awesome.
The part that was confrontational for a lot of people, or what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Controversy.
Yes, that's the one. Controversial.
Controversial?
Yes, controversial is the word I'm looking for.
Ding, ding, ding.
So, Taite Kubo
Gold Star
said
Praise.
he doesn't find any characters in Jujutsu Kaisen attractive.
What does he mean?
That's what people
Gojo's
are
ugly.
flipping over.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I feel like right now, Bryce, you know this, but I feel like an internal struggle right now. Like I'm getting torn apart in half.
It gets better. Just let me finish first, and then
Oh
we
my
can talk
gosh.
about it. So the conversation went on. Akutami asked what his type of woman is. Tight said, "Big boobs."
Oh no.
Nice. He did, huh?
No.
He did, huh? That's awesome. I mean, probably not awesome.
They are arch nemesis now. Like they cannot be in the same country anymore. What?
No, it's so funny because if you look at Bleach characters, you got Rangiku, you got Orihime, you got
Oh yeah.
Riruka. She ain't as big, but she's big.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? Yoruichi's stacked too.
Hey, Bryce, did you see Yo Richi's in Jump Force?
Yoruichi is in Jump Force. She has been officially released. I didn't have that on here.
Too. She
Okay.
slaps. I jumped in a few online games today. She can slap.
Okay. So back to this real quick. What is really weird is that, as we kind of hinted at already, we were talking about this before the podcast. Japan is a really traditional, like, polite culture. In every Taite Kubo interview, he has been brutally honest to the point of, like, just being almost rude. Like, it doesn't sound rude for a lot of Westerners because that's kind of the dialect we take. But for Japanese culture, this is, like, huge.
That he likes big boobs?
No, that he isn't, like, super respectful.
And he cannot lie.
I
You are the
know,
brothers
it's
can't
true.
deny.
Okay, whatever. We're done with news.
Nice.
You people ruin my news every week.
I
All
enjoy
of
your
you.
news.
Thank you.
But like,
News with Julio Nuzio.
we got to make it comical.
All right. So what we're gonna do now is give our general thoughts about the show. We're gonna start with Nick, then go to Tanner, and then we'll start with Zach. Zach will go first. Hold on. We're gonna start with Tanner because Tanner's the only one that just watched it for the first time. So start with Tanner. Tanner can give his thought about the show Gurren Lagann.
I thought it was great.
Well, let me finish talking. Jesus,
I loved it.
Put her in reverse, Gary.
Back it up, Tanner.
Tanner, you start.
Tanner's gonna go first. Then when Tanner's done, Nick's gonna go. Then Zach will go. Then I will go. I don't need to tell you when. Just kind of pick up when the person stops talking. You can start.
Oh, so it's okay
Tanner,
for
go.
everybody else. Okay.
No, I just don't feel like saying, Tanner, your turn. Nick, your turn. Zach, your turn. Three times an episode.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really thought it had really good
Tanner, it's your turn.
Thank you. Thank you.
And go.
I thought they had good and go now. Okay. And I thought they had really good character progression. And then I really liked how everything society progressed so fast in 7 years, and that was the whole purpose behind the spiral power. Is they're like, look how far you've come in 7 years. And like when you really think about like people that were living underground who couldn't read or write to this in the course of 7 years, I just thought it was super cool. And the ending was great. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it throughout the entirety of the series. I'm really glad you guys suggested I'd watch it.
We didn't suggest, we forced you to watch it.
No, you just told me to watch it. I mean, I enjoyed it.
We said podcast episode, so you could.
I know, but we were talking about it before then, I'm pretty sure, weren't we?
Yeah.
How did we not? That was such a simple task. How are we sidetracked?
Blame Nick. That was
It was literally the easiest thing you could do.
That was Nick. It's all his fault. I take none of the
something
responsibility
shiny.
right there.
Tanner, do you want to start again?
From the top.
Starting.
And now.
One Piece reference insert.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I love Yoko.
Post time skip, you mean, right?
Of course.
She's 14 free time skip.
That's so evil. That's disgusting.
That's all of anime. That's all.
I know. That just warps children's minds. But
Okay, Tanner, now you understand my waifu choice.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yoko.
I do, because that was on our Valentine's episode. I remember that.
I will say, I love the fact that Yoko's picture is in the textbook when she's teaching. That was great.
I know, right? Imagine that's your teacher. And
Stop. We'll
kindergarten.
We'll get there. Zach,
Wah, wah, wah.
what are your thoughts on Gurren Lagann?
Wow, wow, wow.
Hey, copyright.
I'm making up my own sounds. That does not exist. But everybody knew what I meant.
I've totally heard that before.
Okay.
Zach actually published a full song with that as the beat last week. So
It was a simple task. See, we're sidetracked.
Zach.
Say something.
My lawyer will be in touch with you. And then he'll be touching you.
Oh no!
I'm gonna go. Okay, so
Zach.
it was one of my top 10. It was number 6 actually, but something that I after rewatching it and taking notes and stuff, I think I want to move it up higher. Like that's
It's
what's
good.
really looking like it should drop out of my top 5. And I love Death Note, but this Gurren Lagann show was just
Oh, it's in my top 5.
fantastic.
The thing about for me is I don't think I could rewatch Death Note over and over. I could rewatch Gurren Lagann over and over and over.
Well, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It serves such a good purpose.
Yeah.
Like it
Can we
puts a
go
good
around-
bow.
How many times?
Nick,
did
I'm
you
sorry,
both
we cut
cry?
you off. Go ahead. Huh?
How many times did everyone cry?
Throughout
through the,
the series, am I allowed to?
Gurren Lagann?
yeah, I
get-
cried like 3 times.
Okay, you guys are gonna make fun of me. There's
What,
no,
Taylor?
no one says
what are you
anything.
gonna say?
No one agreed that they wouldn't make fun of me about the crying thing.
No, of course not.
Tanner, it's like Planet Fitness, a judgment-free zone.
I cried like 8 or 9 times, dude. I was just
8 or 9?
there's so many different scenes where I'd get.
At what?
I don't know. I didn't like keep a list.
Oh no!
I didn't keep a
we're
list
drilling
every
in the
time I
sky.
cried.
We're drilling a hole through the sky.
It's like
I
Buta pulled off
cried
his tail and fed them. Oh my gosh!
Hey,
No,
Bunta's the man.
Oh, he is.
Play with Buta.
And he turned into an actual man. So
Buta
This
is
is
G.
true. Buta
I
does
thought it was
turn
a
into
woman. Buta was a woman.
No, Buta's a man.
He's a man.
Yeah, you can guess his Buta.
I thought Buta was a female.
Zach, your turn. What do you think of Gurren Lagann as a total?
So when I first watched Gurren Lagann, I'm not gonna lie, the first couple episodes I was kind of bored with it. I was like, yeah, it's kind of goofy, it's out there, like that guy's like off the charts, like what the heck is going on with him?
Kamina.
No.
You're just wrong.
Then it like slowly started building up momentum, and I was like, oh, okay, like this is getting a little bit better. And I'm not gonna lie, the moment that I actually like put Gurren Lagann.
By the way, not to cut you off,
my top 10. Yes.
Spoiler warning for all of Gurren Lagann. We're literally discussing the show, so
Yeah. So this is a whole spoiler episode.
This whole episode spoiler alert. Go ahead.
If you haven't
Zach.
seen
Sorry.
it, tune out now. If you haven't already.
Right now. But
Permission.
the moment I start liking Gurren Lagann and I put it in my top 10 was the moment that Kamina died. It sounds really horrible, but that to me just like it changed everything, because that's when everything started. That's when.
But that also brings up an interesting point that we'll get to later.
That was definitely one of the times I
If
cried.
Kamina doesn't die, the show doesn't progress.
100%. Yep.
Well, yeah,
I
because
hate to
Simone
say
is
it.
the main character.
They
Yeah,
foreshadowed the heck out of him dying.
Oh, big time. The whole
Yep.
thing. It
Mhm.
still hurt like a bitch.
Oh, you knew it was gonna
Oh, yeah.
happen. The thing is,
Yeah.
the first
I'm
time I watched it,
no.
I thought that Simone at the beginning of the first episode, standing there as they were embarking for the final mission, I thought that was Kamina. Everyone did,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You thought that was Kamina
Mm-hmm.
because you saw Kamina and it was like the same look. Anyway, continue, Zach. Go ahead.
Anyway, no, 100%. You guys are hitting on all my points. Like, it was just like it foreshadowed really hard. You kind of saw it coming, but you never really fully like, once it happened, it just hit you, and it's like you didn't know it was going to happen. And the same thing with like Simon. There's that foreshadowing that he's going to be the main character and stuff, but still, just like those couple episodes of like putting him off to the side as like a secondary character at first, like behind Kamina. Like I think that like for me, kind of like it just like it's so hard to explain, but like I'll stop ranting, but I'll just say the moment Kamina died, show got better, 100%.
All right, I'm with it. I agree.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll make mine brief. I love everything about Gurren Lagann. I think Gurren Lagann is a parody of anime, but done in such a good way that it's like doesn't feel like a parody.
Because it's extravagant.
Yeah.
The way
Like it's
Kamina
like
talks,
over the
Kamina.
top.
Yeah.
Can you pick a
I
way to
don't know.
say his name? You've
Well,
said it 6 different ways.
I like Kamina, and then Zach said Kamina, and it just confused
in
me.
the English dub they say Kamina. I
I
don't know
didn't-
what the
I know,
this
but I
dub.
didn't watch I didn't watch it in English.
I mean, if you're looking at the spelling, it's Kamina.
You speak Japanese.
Kamina.
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 Kamina. Whatever.
Call me later.
So call me,
Call me
maybe.
later.
Damn
Hey,
it! I
Who
did it
the
again.
hell do you think I am?
I didn't mean to do it.
Exactly. I'm just gonna say that Kamina used to be my profile pictures for all of my stuff. It was a picture of Kamina yelling, and then "Who the hell do you think I am?" was behind him.
He's dope.
I love Kamina. Kamina's great.
He's
the
my
thing
number
is-
8 favorite character of all time.
That should roll us
8?
anywhere of all time.
Number 8,
Yeah,
dude. He's top
Interesting.
5 for me at least. We could do that as an
Uh,
episode one time, but we're not gonna.
That
do it
dude's
anytime soon.
swaggerlicious.
Anyway,
What do you mean?
continuing
Swag.
to hit off
he's
of
above
Zach's
Jojo
point.
and Soma.
To hit off of Zach's point, they do foreshadow Simone's going to be the main character, and something you might have or you might not have picked up on. Kamina literally tells Simone he's the main character.
Yeah,
He
from the
says
get-go.
your drill is the drill that will pierce the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
he says it throughout the entirety.
He
And then
says
people-
it, and it starts in the village, right? Their home village. It starts there,
Mm-hmm.
and it just continues on and on. I'm trying to think of the name of the main village. Jiha Village.
Yeah, Village.
It starts in Jiha Village because they didn't know what was above them. Right? That was heaven. The stone above their heads was the heavens. Simon pierced the heavens with his drill, with his Lagann. And it continues from there, which segues us into our first topic, Jiha Village.
It gave me claustrophobia the entire time.
That was the point. It was supposed to.
You're afraid of Santa Claus?
No, dude, I'm just
Do you know
claustrophobic.
how old that joke is?
Still hits every time.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tanner. Continue.
I just felt claustrophobic, and I'm super claustrophobic. Like MRIs, worst things in my life. And then, like when the whole time they were under there, and when the Beast Man fell through the ceiling, I was like, "Thank God, I can breathe."
The funniest thing about you saying that, Tanner, is don't take offense to this, but you're literally the one that would fit the best out there.
Yeah, we literally put you in things.
What? Yeah, I guess so.
I put the picture of Tanner in the Walmart under one of the shelves in the last podcast.
Hey, just go dig straight. Go that way. Okay, I'm going. I got it. Don't worry.
But then they'd be like, all right, whatever, fine.
Sure, screw it. Fuck it. I'm just going.
Nick, what do you think of Jiha Village?
I think it's a pretty good starting spot. So it kind of gave you the feeling of, they were closed in. Whole society was like built around like these pig moles and drilling holes so that people had more space.
Yeah.
And like, so what I didn't understand is why the leader, what was he considered? He wasn't like the priest,
mayor.
he was the mayor, yeah. He was like against going upwards, which didn't make sense to me because like he had
they
to
their
That was
whole
his
lives
rule.
people thought that if the surface is death. Going to the surface, you literally just die.
Literally.
Honestly, it's kind of true.
Yeah, look at Kamina's
true.
dad. Kamina's dad died, like 100 yards away from Jiha Village?
Yeah, he didn't make it far.
Mm-mm.
That's another big thing. This could be like a 4-hour episode, man. This is
It's not going to be. It's fine. I'm going to keep it wrapped up.
That's
Zach,
why I wanted to
Jiha
split
Village.
it too.
Yeah, no, honestly, just playing off what Nick and Tanner said, like, it's a good starting spot, and like because of like the confined space and everything like that, because of like how tight the quarters were and everything, it gave this physical barrier that I think also like symbolically, put limited, like a, figuratively like a glass ceiling kind of thing where it's like, like you
was
can't
not,
down.
It was the village chief, not mayor.
You cut me
Let's
off.
see it,
Just
So we had some unexpected error, and I don't know
Just roll with whatever Nick
at what
was saying.
point
We're
it
good.
stopped. No, I don't think it's going to get that. So let's just move on so that it doesn't feel like we're missing something. We're moving out of Jiha Village. We're moving into the beginning of their journey on the top, which we will go up to Viral and their first introduction with Viral.
When they like first get in the gunman.
Yes. Well, Kamina steals the gunman,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going all the way up to Kamina's fight with Viral.
Okay.
Ooh.
goes first?
Zach.
Yes. Fight with Vero. My question is, when in the heck did he learn how to use a sword?
When does he say he doesn't know how to use a sword?
And I love it. Like, this is where it starts to pick up a little bit.
Kamina was actually boxing.
Dude, yeah, he was. And like the thing and this is where it like starts to pick up a little bit. And part of my reason why I had a problem with the beginning of the show was just because there wasn't a lot of action. And
the gunman fights did feel kind of generic at that point.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, just run of the mill, get it off the shelf kind of stuff. But yeah, that fight for me was like you start to see the Beastmen and all that, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, now we're starting to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do I go now?
Sure.
And now,
So many thoughts.
What? This is why you organize your notes.
I know, but it's just I'm how I am. I'm not organized. I just thought when they were doing their training, when Kamina is just shooting at
But we're
Samoa.
not at that part yet. We're not.
That
at
was
part
that
yet.
was in there.
That was after.
No, that was right
That
before.
was after.
That was
no, it
right
wasn't.
before Viral.
No, it was
Yeah,
after.
it was,
right
because
before
Viral
one of the
showed up
Viral
when they
fights.
were
It
training.
wasn't the first one. The
Really?
first one is
Was
when
at the lake
Kamina
thing,
and
right?
yeah, it was at the lake.
You're
Kamina
right.
and Viral are just boxing.
You're right, and he's just fighting with the sword. Okay,
No.
you're right.
All right, let's talk about how badass Viral is, just sitting there with like a great.
Dude,
He doesn't have a sword. He's literally got like a pocket knife.
he doesn't play.
Dude,
I love Viral.
Viral's pretty awesome.
Tanner, you want to keep rolling?
his hands bother me though.
Yeah. That's the only thing that bothers
Can I
you is
say
his
that?
hands.
Hey, can we talk about like what if this Gurren Lagann got like the Demon Slayer animation budget?
I loved this animation.
I
loved
would
it.
say
No, I
I
did
wouldn't
too.
change it at all.
I think that it's kind of similar to the Jujutsu Kaisen anime, where it's a lot of like pencil drawn around an object, not like focusing on changing an object, but like putting an aura around an object.
Yeah.
If you're telling me that they want to use the same voices they have and just draw something more modern, I don't know if it has the same charm.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Tanner, any final thoughts on the first fight between Viral and Kamina?
I'm with Zach. The sword, him using a sword is just
Dude, that
super
was awesome.
He
That
just
was
like
awesome.
cutting grass and stuff. You're like, this guy can fight. He's not all just talk. That's pretty dope.
I love the sneak attack thing. It says sneak attack only, and then he to try to sneak attack him 4 more times in that fight.
I know, right? He's like, the only thing about a sneak is it only works once, and he's like, nope, still gonna do it.
And then Simone just comes flying out of the air to try to hit him.
I know, right?
Nick, anything?
So I'm gonna kind of save most of my thoughts about like the surface for like after we get all the way through, because I've got a lot to go through. So I'm just gonna leave like it was awesome. Love Kamina, love Viral. You can go though.
I love Viral. They introduce him as this character who's supposed
you
to be
hate.
straight noble. Like he's supposed to be nobility in the mindset, right? It's all about honor. He's a lot like Kamina. He's just like less outspoken.
And he's on the other side.
Right. He and Kamina are very, very similar. They
I think he
both
realizes
have
that,
the ambition. That's why Viral probably pushes so hard to surpass Kamina.
Mm-hmm.
They both
He
have the
hated losing
ambition. They both have the charisma. But you see like what I guess regulated military training does, as opposed to self-trained underground
Just true
isolated
grit.
kind of grit. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. I love it. I think it's great. Let's move on. We'll go. Well, next thing we'll talk about is the Black siblings, the underground village. I forget what that village is called.
Roshu's village.
Adai village.
Adai.
Yeah, Adai village.
Roshu's village, right?
Yeah, Roshu's village.
Okay.
I know you have a popular, a very positive opinion about Rosyu. That's his actual name, Rosyu. Tanner.
Rosyu.
So keep it
Roshu.
up to this point. Don't go into the time skip, but keep it up to this point.
I won't.
Go ahead. You can start with Adai village and Rosyu.
Wait, wasn't there something else in there too?
Black siblings, but who really cares about the black siblings?
Dude, I thought when they first rolled in, I was like, I didn't think they were going to be as in the series as they were. And I thought they were super annoying to start with. And I just thought that was the last time we were ever going to see him, to be honest. And then going into Roshu's village, I hated everything about it. I hated his village. I hated the way they lived. I hated the pastor person or their preacher. What do they call that guy? What do they call him? The priest.
Priest.
Yeah, he was the head priest or something like
Maybe
that.
that's like my subconscious from like growing up in the church, but like it was just like these people.
Hey, that's a real deep topic. We're not getting it.
Oh no, you're allowed to bring your personal opinions. And,
yeah, I'm saying we're not talking about
it.
actual religions right now, though.
Well, I know, but I'm not. I'm just saying maybe it's from my subconscious. I'm not dogging on anybody's religion. I'm just saying.
Just get on the content, Tanner. Come on.
I don't know if I want to anymore. How about that, Nick?
Well, then I'll go.
I hated his village. I just really did. I love.
Okay, but think about it. They had zero resources.
Yeah, but
they didn't even have the pig moles that like Kamiya and
I think
Jiha Village was one of the best set villages in the show.
Entirely. But what I'm saying
Adai Village is screwed. They have no resources.
They have nothing. They're so deep in the ground. But that's the thing. That's what you get when you don't think outside the box. When you refuse to let go of the old ways, that's what happens to you. And I think that is such an accurate portrayal of that. And that was their whole intention. Refusing to let go of the old ways makes you end up like that.
And then they add Rosyu to the mix.
And then Roshu is like, yeah.
And Rosyu literally he's not a person. He's a walking textbook, right? He's a walking calculator. He doesn't care about the individual. He cares about the outcome.
Yeah, he tries to not have feelings too. But that comes along later.
But he was trained by the head priest to do that.
Exactly.
To think that way.
Yeah, he had to be okay with losing his mother, and the priest had to convince him that was the only way it had to be.
But the thing is, they didn't know they were dying when they went to the surface.
Yeah, no. But I mean, they did.
They kinda. Nick, I know you're real passionate about this one. Go ahead.
I really thought that this village, I think thematically, it's great because it's almost like the polar opposite of like what Kamina and Simone stand for and what they think. So when they get someone like Rosyu, who like was supposed to become the next priest of that village once the current one passed, I think that it was like really showed that there were people who really bought into like that idea of like, hey, we're trapped underground, and it was to such an extreme degree.
There's no getting out. Yeah,
and I just really thought that it was great for the story because it showed like what could happen if you like really just buy into the despair and accept your place underground.
Right. It didn't show you just the one-sided thing most anime do, where following one character straight through their journey. They're usually right. It shows you every possible human psyche that could be involved with being stuck underground.
That's terrifying.
By the way, Zach, if you want to say something, you can just jump in. I feel like you're being super polite right now and just not saying things. All of us are talking.
No, I'm enjoying it. I like sitting back and just listening to everyone's opinions about it.
Well, good, because it's your turn to talk.
No, honestly, this point, I really don't have much to say on it. I mean,
so for you, this is when the show is kind of just dragging.
It is a little bit. I mean, it is important. Like Nick said, it kind of brings in like another dynamic, because I think one of the great strengths of this show is that it doesn't just follow the one character, where it's the one personality, the bullheadedness, the persistence of the protagonist. It's Gurren Lagann like uses this whole collection of characters with different views and stuff, and they actually work as a team. And like, I mean, we'll talk about it later on, but the team, Daiguren, I mean,
they're just Team Gurren at this point, not that.
Oh yeah, they're just Team Gurren. Sorry, but just Team Gurren. I mean, they work well because of the diversity of it. But yeah, once they come to this village, it's like, yeah, now they have logic and reasoning that is brought onto the team, and I think it's important. But yeah, still at this point, not totally bought in.
They also, this provides you with Gimme and Dari, who are significant characters moving.
Oh, big time! Later on,
Gimme and Dari are like a combination of Simone and Rosyu, because Come on.
Dude, I didn't watch the English one. It just throws me off.
It's fine.
So then don't correct us who are saying it right.
Hogan,
we're
I'm
saying
sorry,
it
you
correct in the
can
English
only listen and
translation.
can't read.
Oh God, we're not doing a sub-dub argument. We're not doing it.
Yeah, Tanner, just because you're some sub-superiority elite doesn't
That's the
mean...
By the
only
way,
argument you have on that.
I'm just going to point out that both of you talked about Buta ripping off his tail, but that already happened, and neither of you talked about it in this segment because that's when it happened.
Oh, because they were starving to death.
It was right before the black siblings because they were about to eat the 16-faced beastman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And none of you talked about it. Anyway,
Yeah.
this introduces
black
Gibby and Dari.
I really didn't like Keaton at this point.
I
But then-
don't like Keaton the entire time.
I liked him
Keaton.
at the end. I liked him at the end.
Okay, Keaton wants to be Kamina. That's who he is. He's a wannabe Kamina.
Not in the beginning, but then he discovers he wants to be.
He turns into this will segue into the next part.
Diet Sasuke!
He's Diet Kamina. That's Sai, by the way. Sai is Diet Sai.
That was the whole purpose, if anybody's ever seen that thing. Who'd
That's
she
that
go
guy.
with? Diet
Sasuke.
Sasuke.
So moving on. This will segue us into the next part. We get Gibby and Dari, who are a combination of Simone and Rossiu. They know what needs to be done and they'll do what needs to be done, but they also have that human interaction part because they've always had each other.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So moving on into the part that I was talking about, the black siblings and Keaton, this is going to be the hot tub part, which is kind of irrelevant, I guess. You can just kind of ignore it. And the first fight with what's it called?
Daigunzan?
Daigunzan.
Yeah, it is.
Daigunzan. And then we'll continue into the final confrontation with Daigunzan, which includes the death of beloved Kamina. Nick, have you gone first yet?
No.
Go ahead. You can start.
All right. So, I really loved how, I'm just going to dive right into the Kamina's death. I loved how it actually showed that this show has stakes. So, like, it wasn't going to be like power of friendship. Everyone's going to survive in the end. And, it really showed that, like, someone's could die. Someone's going to die. And, it's a really great way for them to push the story forward. I don't know. I really loved how, like, they were able to just shove Lagann's head onto things just to take control of them. But yeah, most of my thoughts are coming up. Like, I got a lot to say about, like, the whole above ground as a whole, more so than, like, talking about each individual parts. So I'll wait a little bit on that.
Okay. Zach?
Zach?
Hello?
Yes. Yeah, you.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, what's going on? Sorry.
Kamina's death.
We're talking about the spa scene, the first battle with Daigunzan, and Kamina's death, and the end of that battle.
I don't want to talk about it.
I feel that on an
I really
emotional
don't want to
level.
talk about
I
it.
do.
I don't want to talk about it.
sad.
All I will say is it was
Okay, can we agree that all four of us cried the first time?
I don't want to talk about it.
I was
That's a
on like
yes.
my fourth cry by this point.
What?
I did not cry the first time.
before
I
then?
cried the second and third time.
What did you cry at before then?
I'm kidding. This is probably my first cry.
Okay, I'm about to say, like, I can't think of anything.
When Rossiu joined the crew, he cried.
He's
I
like,
did
God,
cry.
I hate that guy.
Big forehead.
Forehead boy.
Yep. Zach, you gonna finish your thought, or is that all you got to say?
Okay, I collected myself.
Oh
Anyway.
my God. Zach is a fourth wall. That's all he is.
Were you muted or something?
No, he was
No.
just thinking.
Oh.
No, there's so much I could say, but as guest star here on Not Made in Japan, I will say that that battle, okay. I don't even know where to begin. Like,
First off, you want to start with the first battle with Daigunzan, you can do that.
No, because I can go so many different ways, and I want so many different ways with.
Go one way. Right. Just pick one and go with it.
I can't make that decision right now. That's so hard because, like, to me, this is
Zach's
like
first episode. He sounds like he sounds like an indecisive bitch.
No, it just. But this is like, for me, it was super important because it just like, this is where like it drew me in, and there's like taking it on and stuff, and then like out of nowhere, like you thought Kamina, Victor, dude, he just took it to this general, and then boom, the blow to all the Gurren Lagann fans' hearts just out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Blood.
What the heck?
Well, because you thought he died already.
Yeah.
And then he came back to fight with Simone.
And it gave you hope.
And then he actually died.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was just like, I mean, it was just so much like, it was a roller coaster. And I'm just going to end it there because...
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on. There were a lot of things in this scene that relate to bigger pieces, right? The best part is when Kamina straight abandons the battlefield to run towards Simone, scraps his Gurren just to get Simone in a good place mentally. That's nuts.
That's how serious he was about Simone.
That's how much he actually
believes in Simone.
That's love, and that's how much he actually believed that Simone had the power in himself to do it.
Facts.
Let me see you grit those teeth.
Honestly, that is one of the best scenes in anime.
Oh, dude.
Because you see how much he's giving up. He left the battlefield, and Kamina didn't leave battlefields. He said a man's way is to never run away.
Yeah.
He ran from the battlefield for his brother, his blood brother.
And punched him.
And socked him right in the mouth.
Let me Simone!
That is a phenomenal scene that sets the precedent so high for the show. I'm gonna keep going because I'm already talking, so I'm just gonna hit my opinion while I'm here. This is the turning point in the show. This puts Simone in the state of mind that Kamina wasn't perfect, right? Because a perfect being wouldn't die.
Facts.
So this gets Simone thinking that his perfect shield, his perfect person, his perfect protector is no more. The person who was leading him all the way from Jiha Village isn't going to lead him into the new. This makes Simone mature much faster than he should have. Right? In a normal world, you think someone shouldn't mature that quickly, but it makes him. It gives Simone some serious things to digest. Kamina is his dad, his older brother, everything, right? He's known no one but Kamina.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he lost. Tanner, I'm going to let you go a little bit because you haven't gotten all of your thoughts out there yet.
Well, honestly, one of my favorite things when they're first fighting the Daigunzan is when Simone's like trying to join up with Kamina. He's like slapping him away. He's like, remember your training. Like, what are you doing?
He doesn't want to combine in a non-grandeur.
And then everybody's like, what is this psychopath doing? And you actually see where he's like, I need Simone to grow as a person. And you start seeing that like he's not just doing all this out of crazy.
He doesn't just do things, right? He has a reason
for everything. But the way he does it, you're just like, this guy's crazy. There's no way. And it's just, it goes from that to then Simone's like, okay. He like steps up. He joins up with Kamina during the last battle in an extravagant way to where like Kamina's like super pumped. You're like, oh my god,
he accepts it, yeah.
And you're like, this is enthralling. Like this is great. And they just start this whole battle, and then
you see Kamina give Simone the reins, right? He takes over
pretty
Gurren
much.
Lagann.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna rest, and he chills. And Simone, of course, in the end with the last battle, he's like, doubting himself again. gets socked, which is great. And then when Kamina died, they hurt us so bad twice because it gave me hope when
Mhm.
you see him get back up and like join back up again. And you're like, oh, dude, thank God he's not dead.
Mhm. You're like, oh, he's gonna pull through.
Yeah. And then he bleeds out, and you're just like, I should have expected
All
that,
right,
but I
but
didn't.
it's also kind of incredible the fact that he was alive. He got stabbed in the back, and then got like 2 inches into his heart sliced.
Yeah, dude. This guy's nuts.
Yeah, no. Kamina. We wish Kamina didn't die, but he needed to die.
The way he died, he literally was like, you know what, Yoko? After this, I'm gonna clap your cheeks. And
Dude, I'm surprised none of you mentioned that. The fact that Simone is the reason Kamina died, because if he wasn't mentally shattered from seeing Kamina kiss Yoko, he wouldn't have needed to get punched in the face by Kamina. I was waiting for someone to say it.
Why was he so distraught about that?
Because he loved Yoko.
He was a kid. It was a crush. That's not.
So was she.
So is she's 14. He's like 12.
He's like 9 or 10.
She's a cougar.
Kind of.
No, Kamina is probably like 17 at this point.
I loved seeing that like interaction between all of Team Gurren before the fight with Daigunzan, which is when they became Team Daigurren, because they got all the other mechs, all the other gunmen.
Yeah. Yeah. It was...
we could talk about that interaction forever. We're going to move on.
I was going to ask, like, are we going to make this a 2-parter? Because I feel like
I'm going to edit it and 2-part it. I'll take care of it.
We should 2-part it.
I was going to say, because I'm not going to lie, I'm getting tired right now. But
Shut up, Zach. So
okay,
next we're going to talk about Nina as a whole, right? You have Nina when Simon finds her, and then you have Nina trying to learn Nia, not Nina.
Yeah.
Nia.
What are you saying, Nia?
Nia. Apologies.
Okay. Nia.
You have Nia, Simon finding Nia learning what a human is, Nia learning about
everything.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Nia's beginning, all the way up until they head out for Teplin.
Okay. Who starts?
Who wants to start?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Well,
talk about Nia.
Nia, for me, I was like, thank God he's gonna get over Yoko. Like, it just when he opened her up and out of that box, and she's supposed to just die.
Whoa! Opened her up. That's
opened the box that she was in, and he's forced to fight, even though he's distraught.
He's been fighting depressed though, like that couple of scenes where he's just absolutely destroying beastmen.
Yeah, he's
badass.
Yeah, he's going nuts. He's trying to die. He's a man with a death.
He's fighting to die like his brother did.
Yeah, and that's what he just thinks is right.
Zach is having a seizure apparently
on his mic. I heard it.
I'm having a seizure.
Your mic was.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, continue, Tanner.
I forgot what I said.
We're talking about Nia.
Oh. Yeah, so she's cool.
Okay. That's it.
Got a lot from that.
Nick, what do you think about Nia?
I think that, they needed to add the whole useless female character to the show because they had that at the point.
Whoa.
Scratch that, Nick. Anime. Scratch that, Nick.
Whoa.
That's how anime does it. Like, you got Sakura.
Are you really saying Nia's
a pivotal character, you idiot.
If Nia isn't in the show, Simone never becomes the leader of Team Daigurren.
Exactly.
First off, the first time that Adina attacks them, they die. The entire crew gets destroyed. Also, if it wasn't for Nia, Guam, the third general, would have just straight up destroyed Team Daigurren.
Yeah, in that moment, for sure. They weren't ready.
She literally is the reason that 2 generals did not kill the entire team.
Exactly.
Also, she
I
is the
don't know.
reason that Simone is actually taking care of himself, eating food. Because
She's
remember,
making him eat.
3 times Yoko told him he needs to eat. He never went to the cafeteria.
Yeah,
But
he would just go to his
when
room
Nia
and be
started
sad.
cooking, he always ate. You cannot say Nia's a useless.
I will say this. I think
Can we go back
Nick?
and like did Simon
Let Zach get his
for
thoughts
Yoko?
out.
So I was gonna kind of agree with both sides. I think Nick, you have a point. I think Nia is maybe not necessarily like a prominent figure, but she's not completely useless. I mean, she's not a dynamic character. She's pretty like 2-dimensional for the most part, but nonetheless, if it wasn't for her, this show would have been wrapped up in 12 episodes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go off of that. I'm going to jump in. I apologize.
Okay.
Nick.
Part
But
2.
If
Next week.
Nia doesn't exist and she doesn't have the childlike bluntness that she has, because she literally says, well, bro is dead. Right?
Yeah.
She says that in front of Yoko and Simone and the whole crew or the whole team. If she doesn't
just
say
livid.
that, then no one accepts it almost.
Mm-hmm.
I agree completely.
I don't know how Yoko or Nia is, because her bluntness evolves Simone as a character. Also, Nia learns to become human, so you see from humans how to be a human. And I'm just going to make an announcement now. We are going to stop at the time skip, so this is the last segment we're going to have.
Yeah, we're gonna have to part 2 it.
So
for next
we're
week.
all going to. So we're going to push back Jujutsu Kaisen
another week.
another week, and we're
My
going to
birthday's
finish
next week. That's a big announcement.
Hey, there we
You
go.
have one of those?
Happy
do.
Sweet 16,
Yeah,
Tanner.
the time he was hatched from a test tube.
Hey, don't tell the viewers I'm a test tube baby. They don't gotta know that. Come on, man.
When is MTV gonna come to your house and crash the party?
You're gonna crash my crib. You can crash my crib anytime, Zach.
Oh my gosh. All right, wrap. Come on, guys. Focus. We're almost done here. You have Nia learning how to become a human. She literally says, who is this bro? Why are you trying to be this bro? Why aren't you just being you?
And then she tells him, "You're Simone, not bro."
And then she says, you're Simone, not bro. Exactly.
Mic drop. Boom.
Literally, Nia could have been killed by Yoko about 12 times before the time skip. Yoko looked like she wanted to kill Nia. Even when Adina picked her up in the second fight and was...
Everybody kind of thought she was going to shoot.
Everyone thought Yoko was going to kill Nia. But Nia had complete trust in Yoko.
That was crazy.
For no reason.
She saw her heart. She could tell it in her heart.
Because Nia is innocent. Right? She has no predispositions. She has no biases. She has no reason not to trust these people.
She has a little bit of a bias, but she still like denies it and lets it go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Her bias was thinking her father wouldn't do something bad, but then she saw her father was doing something bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that bias though. I'd call that
Daddy
not
issues.
oblivious. But
Zach, please.
What's another word for you just didn't know? Like
she was a child.
Yeah.
She was an uneducated child. She had childlike bluntness and thinking.
For sure. All right, how are we going to wrap this up?
Well, hold on. Nick hasn't gone yet.
Well, so...
Great point.
I thought Nick wasn't going to talk for a second there because it was really silent.
So I'm going to go into, like... Are we to, like, the end of
all the way up to
time skip.
Teplin. Yeah, all the way to time skip.
All right, so the one thing I wanted to really talk about was how, we don't really know what this power is. We think it's just fighting spirit, this spiral power that we've had. And that's been kind of a mystery. I thought that was really cool for pre-time skip. And then the thing that I really like is the parallels they had with like the creation story in the Bible, and they reference that.
Dude, for real.
How through the first 6 days that they are on the surface,
Yeah.
they defeat all the generals and the Spiral King, and then, like, at the dawn of the 7th day, like, how
They
symbolic that is,
finished
like,
beating the Spiral King.
now they can rest for a while.
Yeah.
And then so then, following with the same number, the number 7, they go 7 years into the future,
Yeah.
and, like, they
Yeah.
advanced wildly. They went from living in pits to flying cars in 7 years, which is bizarre.
Yeah. So
Um,
Nakashima, who is the creator of Gurren Lagann,
Is he religious?
I don't know. I'm
I
not
would
going
assume
that
so.
deep into a story. No, he is a genius the way he wrote most characters.
I agree.
I will also say, not to cut Nick off, but I think that the Spiral King is one of the most interesting characters in anime. Lord Genome, one word. That's how badass this man is, right? Lord is part of his name.
Yeah.
He is one of the most deep characters in anime, and people don't acknowledge it because he literally is saving. He is the reason the human race still exists.
Yeah. And you don't even know it.
And he doesn't tell people because why would he? He also made Viral immortal just so Viral can tell people about him.
that's a flex. That was a huge
That's the
flex.
biggest flex
But
I've
then
seen.
But then it fails when he loses to Simone in hand-to-hand
Does
combat.
it though? Or does Lord Genome honestly want the humans to win? And
He wants
that's
them to
how
win.
Lord Genome is a deep character.
I mean, he participated in trying to take down the anti-spiral like over 1,000 years ago, or about 1,000 years ago.
He was just so defeated because he couldn't do it. And he's like, well, what else can I do? Like, he's super all powerful.
Yeah, he literally is the strongest person. And he just like, whatever. I can't do it. But let's talk about how this man really jumped out of his gunman to fist fight a gunman.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He jumped out of his, I forget the name of his gunman. He jumped out of it to fight Lagann hand to hand. Come on, man.
That's a tough dude. That's a warrior.
You
Wasn't
can't
it like
say.
by Sengon or
Out there
something?
mobbing.
It's something. He literally, he was like, this gunman's not doing it for me. Jumps out to box Simone in Lagann.
It was intense.
I love, up to this point, I love the time skip. I love To the Time Skip. It's phenomenal. For me, I always thought, how is the time skip going to actually be good?
It was
Because
incredible.
look at everything they did. Up to the time skip, look at everything they did. How is post time skip going to be good?
They
But
created
it
civilization.
was, right? We're going to talk about that next week. We're going to talk about post time skip. And it's incredible. Anyone have some final thoughts? We'll go person by person. Nick,
Yeah.
final thoughts on up to the time skip.
It really has made me appreciate this. Like going back and rewatching and taking like real notes and like really deep diving into the show, appreciate it more. And I really want to jump it up to my top 5. Like I don't know, Death Note's looking like a top 10 instead of top 5 anymore.
And that's what I was getting at. That Gurren Lagann is a show that I can watch like once every couple months and still enjoy it the same.
Zach, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I would say like it's definitely one of those shows for those that haven't seen Gurren Lagann or have only seen it once. It's definitely one of those things you have to deep dive back into it, another time and just start picking at those things you haven't seen before. Because before the time skip here, there's a lot of things that you're going to see that was foreshadowed that you might have noticed before. I never noticed before either. And so it's just, and this is why I love this show. I mean, definitely top 10 for me.
So, fun fact: Zach actually watched Gurren Lagann
Before what?
before I did.
This is true.
Zach told me to watch Gurren Lagann.
Good for Zach. Good
So
suggestion.
I'm still waiting
Zach's
to
got one
see
up
what
on me.
And I was almost this close from telling him not to waste his time. Isn't that mind-boggling?
In my defense,
I was about
I
to
also
discredit him.
am the one that told Zach to watch Bleach.
That holds
Mid.
a special place in my heart. Best theme song in the world.
Yeah, it really is.
All right. Who's else
Tanner.
has final thoughts?
Well, Bryce, I told you to watch Magi how many times,
I
but
haven't
you
watched
still
it.
won't do that.
Trash.
Okay, final thoughts? Anybody
Tanner,
else?
you're the last one.
I thought it was. It's been great up until then. Up until now, it's definitely a one that I've got to watch again. I just finished it, but I definitely want to go through it a second time to pick up on those
You
things
could
that Zach
watch
was
the
talking about.
movies because the 2 movies are recaps.
Yeah, I could probably do that for sure.
You could.
It was just really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it up until time skip. I think you did such a great job explaining it, Bryce. It's just, how does it get better than this? Just
Thank you very much. I try my best.
Yeah. So tune in next week. 'Cause it
Final
gets better.
thoughts from myself. I'm kind of vibing with Nick. What is spiral power? Like, is it just fighting spirit? Is it ambition? Is it heart? What is it? And you never really know, but you get a better idea moving forward.
Mhm.
And I love this show. I think it's got so many things that you can deep dive into, like Zach was saying, and just see so much stuff the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time. And it just gets better and better. I think that this is genuinely a show that could have a long running series about it, like 12, 13, 14 episodes. But we are attempting to do it in 2. So we hope you stick with us for it. Next week, we're doing post time skip. So we're going to really deep dive into some political stuff because that's what the second half revolves around, is the politics. And
how great of a
morals.
character Rossio becomes.
We're not getting into that yet. Tune in next week, everybody.
Next week, that's what we're doing. Any final words, guys? Anything you want to say?
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Tanner's kind of the Rossio of this group.
Yeah, right.
I don't think that's true.
Not even close.
Thanks for listening, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, watch it with your friends, but then tell them to watch it separately. You know what I'm saying?
And then tell them to subscribe.
And tell them to subscribe, exactly.
And their mothers to subscribe.
Yeah, tell your mothers to watch our Valentine's episode. It was great.
I did a good job.
No, don't tell your mothers to watch that episode.
No.
Thanks, guys. We hope you enjoyed. We hope to see you next week, where hopefully all 4 of us will be back to discuss the second half of Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, it's pending.
We're waiting to hear back from Zach. We hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to check us out next week for an update. See you.
Gurren Lagann Part 2.
Boom.